Oi! Is it me or does society hate single men? Men of all races. This is not a racial thing. Welcome, boys. Get around it. I am Petey. I always speak my mind and see if you fuck with me or not. If you don't, goodbye. See ya. Take care. But this is why I think society hates single men. I'm not somebody who's on the right or on the left or a centrist. I don't care for political, nothing here. Let's just be honest with ourselves. Why does society hate single men or young men in that case or all men? As long as you're a single man. Society hates single men or hate men, right? I'm not trying to pander here. Hear me out. The reason why society hates men at our current time, it's not always been the case. So there was time when men were fighting wars. They loved the men, exalted them, put them on a pedestal. They were proud. There was times where men had to build nations, and at that same time, we were loved. At this point, we are looked at as, hmm, what can you do for me? Every relationship is transactional. On an individual scale, right? Every relationship is based on what can I get out of this person? What can you do for me? What is it that I can benefit from you? How does me being friends with you benefit me? That's on an individual scale. And it is true as facts, right? Somebody looks at you as a meal ticket. If you are useless to that person, they'll let you know. Now, I don't want to get into this, oh no, that's not me. I love everybody. You don't have to do anything for me. This is human nature. Now, on a larger scale, right, when it comes to the societal, on a larger scale, when it comes to society, society then turns to men. Well, everything has been sort of handled now, so we're in the age of decadence. The girls want the guys with the cheddar, with the mullah, with the paper. And so they look for that top 1%. What can you do for me? Guy, my guy, you don't have any money? You just fell a couple of steps below on the list of options. So that's one girl. I wouldn't say hate because hate is a strong word here, but just like any good YouTuber who likes to draw emotions and string your heart, I had to use the word hate. But a better word would be sort of animosity. Why does society have this animosity toward men? It's because what society wants for men nowadays is simple. It's simple, right? To them, it's simple. When I say them, I don't want to use they like there's some sort of, you know, secret government or secret group, esoteric. These type of people in the shade with hoodies on, and they are just controlling your life. Which they, bro? I hate it when people say they. Whenever somebody says they, I go, here's another moron, and I just click off and leave. But no, honestly, when I say they, I mean the workforce, the dating, relationship aspect, whatever, what is it called? Mm? The romantic side of love, family. Sometimes even goes into like siblings, friends, co-workers. Everybody look to men to be able to solve some of our complex issues. It's not as simple as, oh, hey, Petey, the war broke out. Are you gonna be standing with the boys or what, bro? Let's put a gun in my hand and we're running to war. Point us to the enemy. Nowadays, we don't even know who the enemy is, bro. We're fighting a faceless war. We're fighting ghosts. Ever heard the terms, I'm fighting demons? You ever know what demons is? I don't know what demons are we fighting, bro. We're fighting faceless demons that don't exist. So all the boys get together, man, and any guys that is not contributing anything, right? Is just sitting there wanting somebody to just appreciate them for their existence. But they're waiting on that next thing, that next big contribution or that next uh, uh, paycheck to paycheck job or that next degree in order for people to look at them and say, okay, okay, you proved yourself. I can kind of like you now. But what are you going to do next? It's like, and the guys are like, what do you mean next? You got to produce something next. So most guys, where you are expected to produce, you are expected to put something on the tables. You are expected mm, to work your magic, literally to navigate this maze, right? Your girl will expect you to. Your parents will expect you to. Hell, some of your siblings will expect to. And if you have kids, unlucky us. If you're not Aussie, I'm not even gonna explain to you what unlucky us mean. Just leave it there and unlucky us. But you have to understand, just like individuals' relationships, society wants you to provide something to it. It wants you to be sort of bending over. It wants you to get your hands dirty while it sits on the porch. And what do you get out of it? Nothing. It's a sort of a shit deal when you think about it. But listen, boys, I don't know what your solution is. I don't know what my solution is. All I'm saying is I have recognized this and you're not delusional. So it just comes down to, at the end of the day, what do you want to do about it? And as I always say, I don't have solutions, bro. I just sort of like try to see what the best angle is. You make up your mind and I make up my mind. I don't want to be hated, certainly. Right? I feel like I'm going to be one of those people who just, like a digital nomad, you know, the expats, traveling the world, going to places where I would be appreciated just for my mere presence. And not be stuck with somebody that looks at me like, what have you done for me lately? Society has become to a point where it's like, you got to keep feeding that dog, or it'll bite you. You got to keep feeding that dog or it'll look at you like you are dangerous. I kind of feel bad for the white men, bro. You guys are at the top of the dislike. If we had to rank the most disliked men, right? Here's the white guy here. Sorry, white man, you are here. Higher. And the black guys are sort of probably like in the middle. I don't know. I don't know. But when it comes to society hates men, if we have to be honest, there's levels to this. It hates the cis straight white man. I don't even know where that came from. I have a theory, and you're gonna think I'm crazy. I feel like just like Aldous Huxley, Brave's New World. Boys, listen to me. Aldous Huxley. If you've never heard of Aldous Huxley, please look him up. Please look up Aldous Huxley. I'm not going to try and explain who he is. It's much better if you just discover him yourself and you go, whoa. But if you know who Aldous Huxley, Aldous Huxley is, then bless your soul, bless your heart. But my theory is sort of similar to Aldous Huxley, Brave New World. I think we're in the Brave New World now. This is currently Brave New World. We're in it. We're not in 1984. George Orwell. George Orwell was way off. Way off. I don't even know why people still discuss that man. His theory was irrelevant, stupid. Some things are true, but stupid. But here's my theory. I believe the old ways of doing war, gentlemen, has ended. This is the new way of doing war. It's cyber. It's in your head. The CCP party, the Chinese, created a weapon. That weapon is being deployed right now. It's working. It's sort of like the weapon is TikTok. Our children are being brainwashed, right? Entertained to death. And while China, right, is racing its children to literally take over the world, it created an app that would distract, distract, maybe distract our youth, getting them preoccupied with really mindless entertainment, dumbing them down, eroding their brain, creating brain rot generation, people that get angry, offended, sad, depressed, that even self-diagnose themselves with mental illnesses. I have none. I don't even believe in mental illnesses. And without ever firing a single bullet, China will distract, will create a distraction for our children. Our children will be nothing but blobs, dumb cunts, absolute dumb cunts. That even if you're showing them and say, look, you're being fucked over. You're being brainwashed. They will never know it. And so they'll just get on these devices like TikTok and just dance and argue about who's a furry and who's not. Hmm? Just constantly addicted, chasing fame, chasing that spotlight from people they don't even know. And without ever firing a gun, the Chinese, it's already started in Australia, like house prices in Australia going up and up and up and up and up and up. And the Chinese are the one buying them. It's no secret anyway. There are a billion of them, bro. They're gonna be a billion. I don't know how many Chinese there are, bro. But they're gonna take over this bitch. Slowly, slowly, slowly. The hatred that society has for men in the West, whether you live in Australia or the UK or America, it doesn't matter. It was a sort of, what does Noam Chomsky says? Manufacturing consent, but on a larger scale. Not on just the TV now, on the devices, the little apps that we use. Manufactured consent. That's what this is. And so, you either become useful, bro, make a bit of money, and just watch the world burn, or you would be one of those delusional people who look at it as something negative and want to save the world and do something. If that's you, I don't want to be anywhere close or near you. I am the type that I see is burning, and instead of running, right, calling the firefighters, 000 or 911, whatever, we have 000. What do you want? Ambulance or police? Police? No, police, ambulance, or firefighters? Firefighters. Hell no. I'm gonna go help these kids burn society down, and I'll be there with you side by side. If my house was burning, I'm not putting that bitch out. Burn it more. Maybe something new will arise from it. I don't know. So we should just let the whole thing collapse and see what will come out of it. As for being hated, there's nothing you can do about it, bro. We're in the age of informational warfare, mental warfare. Back in the days, I used to fight with these. Bam, 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 bam. Bush, 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 bush. Nowadays, they just fight by getting your children addicted to things. And you are complicit, giving them the devices. While they teach their youngs how to think, how to rationalize, how to view the world, how to navigate. We don't teach ours shit, and they end up hating us, the men. And that's why society hates men. And this is going to happen on for years and years and years until people like me will appear like Aldous Huxley 20 years from now or something. But we're not Aldous Huxley, bro. We're just people who try to look at things and call them for what it is. So, gentlemen, I'll see you on a different day. It is cold. I might need to sleep. I've been working hard, bringing these videos for you. What are you going to do for me? What's in it for me? Remember, this is transactional. Take care.